We're talking about Alzheimer's disease. Up to this point, there is no cure. There is nothing that will stop it, prevent it, or slow it down. I mean, the only thing that we have right now is medication that actually treats some of the underlying conditions that are accompanied by Alzheimer's disease, like hallucinations, anxiety, and those type of things. But the actual medication for the disease, we don't. On the new research, on the other hand, there is a bright light about something that has just recently been approved by the FDA. It's called Leqembi. It's a therapy drug, but helps to people that are on the very early stage of what is called mild cognitive impairment, MCI. That has shown progress that it will kind of like help to slow down the process and maybe providing an extra 18 months of healthy life to the person. Through research, we have seen that, for example, African Americans are 2 times more highly to develop Alzheimer's disease and other diseases like cardiovascular problems, and it's just because we have diets that are very high on fat and sugars, a lot of fried food and things like that. So we have a saying that whatever that is good for your heart is good for your brain. The reason why is because every time that we breathe, that oxygenated blood, 25% of that blood goes to your brain. So when you start having cardiovascular problems, issues, obstructions of, the current of blood to your brain and stuff like that, it can cause something that is called vascular dementia. Healthy diet and nutrition, exercise, cognitive training, which is, reading books, doing puzzles, things that will change your mind, and socializing is a big one too. What we're trying to do with legislature is, trying to bring releases to the families, specific the caregivers that are taking care of the family members with respite care. So those are things that we're putting in legislation. Now, caregivers are a very important part of everything that happens with the patient. Sometimes, you might have people that they don't have the economical means to take a loved one to a living at facility where they can have observations 24 hours, so they have to stay home. People actually have to resign from work to be able to take care of the loved ones, and that takes a toll not only in the caregivers but the economy in general. So through our legislation, what we're trying to see if there is something that we can do for the caregivers so they can somehow receive like a small payment that will help them supply other stuff and things like that. And as I mentioned, having the respite care available whenever they need release to step out for a little bit to take care of themselves, because the numbers don't lie. If you look at the staggering numbers, about $120 billion every year of unpaid caregivers.